a minor league for a lot of these pro leagues, and they are focused on getting as much out of these guys and building up alumni networks and trying to advance them as much as they possibly can. And these are just have never been important priorities for any of these programs. A lot of times they do bring in former retired professional athletes to talk to them. But what I hear a lot now is the retired athletes will come in and talk about the business of pro sports. And then this just happened to me recently. And one of the stars of the team will pull them aside and say, hey, I need to talk to you about finances, right? And what they'll talk about is not making money or the contract they're going to sign. It's the NIL money that they took and the giant tax bill that they now have that they don't know how to get out of. And that is a gigantic problem.
Without naming names, I'm sure you have a few anecdotes that you can share on that.
Is that I got the money, I didn't know I had to pay taxes, I thought it was free, I spent it, I don't have that $200,000, whatever, and can you help me now?
There's almost nothing you can do at that point because you can't declare bankruptcy. Taxes are not, they don't go away in bankruptcy. You are someone who's going to be saddled with that tax bill until you work out some deal with the IRS or the other taxing agencies.
Would you mind sharing a few anecdotes where you've seen it? And the only reason why is I know there's a lot of young athletes out there right now, and thank God both of your kids have you to kind of lean on for this kind of stuff, and that's very rare to have. But have you seen it not only in your age group, but I mean even some of these younger kids as well?
It's happening with a lot of athletes, right? And this whole NIL concept is still relatively new and getting worked out. And there are a lot of problems that still need to get worked out. The way the universities allocate the money, the way athletes are receiving it, and it's not necessarily millions and millions of dollars like some football players are getting. A lot of times it's smaller amounts of money, and athletes are just happy to get it. They're happy to pay for dinner for their friends. They're happy to go buy a PlayStation or whatever the new gaming system happens to be. And the money gets spent. And then the tax bill comes later. And that was, they've never had a real job. They've never gotten W-2s or any tax forms. And all of a sudden this thing shows up in the mail and you freak out. No one told me I had to put aside 40% of the money that I was receiving because the government's going to want their share. And there's nothing you can do to make that go away. It's terrifying.
It seems predatory. It seems almost as if we know this is going to happen. And in the grand scheme of things, you're ruining a life financially.
Hey, if you enjoyed what you just saw, we do new clips every single day, twice a day on the Clips channel. You see clips right here. And beside Dave's crotch, we have a full-length show every single Sunday, right by my hand.
Click right here.